little Christmas orphan needs his pot and porn. Man, times changed for Tiny Tim.
You're gonna get me fired. This is your Rubicon. Do not cross the Rubicon.
The Holdovers.
It is so unique to see a film that is a Christmas movie and also like an Oscar-worthy film. Like most Christmas movies nowadays, they're just trashy fun, and that's fine, but this is something different. The Holdovers is about the left-behinds at an elite boys' boarding school during Christmas break, and you'd think it's maybe like the cool teachers, cool kids, like at Hogwarts. Fuck no, it's for the losers, saddos, widows, and a 50-year-old man who smells like fish, teaches ancient civilizations, and might be regrowing his virginity. He really doesn't seem like a leading character, does he? My favorite thing about this is that so many Christmas films take a Scrooge character, or dickhead, colloquially, and they try to shine a light on the humanity within him and make him a better person by the end of the film. This is maybe the first film I've ever seen that tries to do it with two kind of Scrooge-ish characters, because the teacher is obvious, like he's this grouchy old middle-aged man who's a prick. None of the teachers really like him, none of the students like him at all, and he just seems like a bit of a rough, kind of guy who's really up his own butthole. But the kid as well, Tully, is quite a major dickhead. Like, some of the other kids are mean to him as well, but he is super mean to everybody. Like, he is an aggressive child, he doesn't listen, he's acting out, and then you kind of get to shine the light from each other onto them, trying to, like, they're finding the humanity in each other, instead of just everyone working to find the humanity in one person. And that is... it's hugely different. It works so well as a script, and these two characters, and with the help of the angel incarnate, Randolph? I was about to say Rudolph. So you've got Angus Tully, a kid at a fancy school who assembles the infinity gauntlet of white privilege over this runtime, and he's just a massive dick to everybody around him before all of the other kids leave. And then you've got Mr. Hunnam, who's a man that never left the school he went to as a child, and he's now a bachelor who nobody likes. He's not Scrooge, but he is like the schoolmaster who started Scrooge down his journey of hatred and selfishness. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Paul Giamatti is so perfect for this. He's so unlikable as a character, and yet the way the characters bounce off each other, just the whole presence of it, and as a film, you just love them, you love it, and you kind of love him. By the end, you definitely do love him, even though he hasn't really changed, which is the most interesting part. It's just a film about how everybody has somewhere they can go, especially at Christmas, and sometimes the outcasts of society just being brought together, they can make their own family. And it's a really beautiful message, and it is really impressive, emotional powerhouse of a film. It's really comedic, and the most impressive thing is that at 2 hours 15 minutes, it does not feel slow. It builds itself in this retro fashion as a quiet film, and because it's quiet, it's easy to mistake it as slow-paced. It's not. There's constantly stuff happening. They do so much, from the scene in the gym, the hospital, the Christmas Eve party, from hormonal vulgarian to penis cancer in human form. This film is so quotable, gets more and more each time I see it, and each time I see it, I really do expect it to just be a little slower, a little less good than it is. No matter, even though I've seen it a couple times now, there is still another scene that can surprise me with how good that actually is, with how good the writing is, how good the acting is. They're just tiny little things they do. It all feels like it builds up to the ending, which is simple and yet so perfect and so damn emotional to just rewatch. Like, oh, it's incredible. I think how to sum it up as a film is that it's not slow, it's not dull, it's quiet with like this roaring heart that makes it all so much more than the sum of its parts. I love this film. It's so difficult because if you describe it to anyone, it sounds like it should be dull. The characters sound like they should be dull, but it's all so much more than it sounds like. Davine Joy Randolph, I salute your well-deserved Oscar win, and I'm giving Daddy Want a Little Candy Cane 4.5 stars. You just get so many things trying to be the something of Christmas nowadays. You know, like Red One trying to be the Christmas superhero film, like things like that. This, I don't know how to describe it. I guess as the Dead Poets Society of Christmas movies? Better than Dead Poets Society, that. Whoa. Less depressing for sure.